Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we're going to talk about Trump's queen, at least for a day, Rudy Giuliani, because there have been some new developments. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the fact that he went in for an interview. And when we were talking about it, I kept using the phrase entirely voluntary over and over and over again. I had a hunch. The reporting now confirms that. We now have the two words that we've been waiting to hear. Proffer agreement, otherwise known as Queen for a Day. So what happens is Giuliani goes in to talk to the feds. Okay? He tells them everything. And I mean everything. And he can't lie. If they determine he's not telling the truth, well, that whole deal, that whole agreement, it's gone. Under this agreement, he tells them everything. They can't use what he says in that room, directly anyway, against him. But if he doesn't tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, well, he's in a world of trouble. Generally speaking, there aren't a whole lot of reasons in a criminal case to engage in a proffer agreement. In Giuliani's case, unless he believes he can talk his way out of this, which is hard to believe given the fact that he actually understands the federal system, and he's already seen the indictments for the documents. The only other real reason to go this route would be to make a deal. To try to get a deal. If there's a lawyer out there that has some other reasoning behind it, put it in the comments down below. But generally speaking, it's Rudy presenting his side of the story, okay, and trying to convince the feds that he wasn't really involved and shouldn't be charged. Or it's, hey, I'm telling you everything. Remember that at sentencing. That's kind of what happens here. Now, given just the massive amount of time that the special counsel's office has devoted to looking into everybody, they probably have a dump truck full of evidence to sway Rudy into agreeing to come in and talk to him. That might be what happened. Now, here's the part that people may not like. He'll probably get a deal. If he's telling the truth, he's wanting one, he's going to cooperate, he will probably get a deal, and it'll probably be a really good one. And I know for a whole lot of people watching this, you're going to be like, but he was central. He was a functionary. If Smith can get Giuliani and Meadows, that's the Holy Grail. That's it. Everybody else goes down. Those are the two people that he really needs, because every scheme, every route that they tried went through one of them, or they were aware of it. So those are the two people that Smith was probably going after, and is probably willing to extend them a pretty decent deal to get them to talk about everything else. Giuliani, because of his history, he knows how this process works. It's not like he didn't understand what a proffer agreement was. There are a lot of people who believe Meadows has already gone through all this. We don't have hard evidence to say that. But those are the two people that Smith is probably trying to get to cooperate the most. If he gets them, that's it. The electors, the fundraising, the conversations that took place at that hotel, it's all out in the open. He has what he needs for everything, for every avenue. And it looks like he's trying to get it. So it is, if this is the route that it's going, Rudy is looking for a cooperation agreement. Now, I know there are a lot of commentators that are like, well, he'll still have to do some time. Maybe Smith might be saying, okay, we'll give you a lesser charge or something like that. But realistically, because of the just massive amount of information that they have, Meadows and Giuliani, they may not do any time. If they actually cooperate, they may pretty much walk. But we'll have to see. I find it hard to believe that Giuliani thinks at this point in the game that he's going to be able to walk into a proffer agreement and not tell them everything, try to hold things back, or try to basically talk his way out of it. That just doesn't seem likely. So overall, it's definitely a huge development in the case, and it's probably really good news. Again, it depends on how much information they provide, if they provide any, and how charitable Smith is feeling, how badly he wants to do it. The other thing to keep in mind is they may have enough physical evidence via communications and stuff like that really they just need context. If that's the case, well, he may not get such a great deal. But this was probably a turning point when it comes to election interference, January 6th, taking voting machines, all of that stuff. The thing is, Meadows and Giuliani, they know about schemes that at this point, to the public's knowledge, they're not really even being probed yet. So they could definitely provide information that would be very valuable to the Department of Justice. And that entirely voluntary interview that took place under a proffer agreement, that's really bad news for Trump and for pretty much anybody in Trump's orbit. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.